Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to cover another powerful function called the COUNT-IF and COUNT-IFS function. Now this function allows you to count specific numbers or letters or values in your cell or your entire sheet. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to work with column B, and right now I'm going to go right beneath student 30, and I'm going to hit the equal sign and I'm going to start typing count, and notice I have a lot of different count functions. So basically I can COUNT-IF is going to look for a specific value I want to count. COUNT-IFS is going to look at specific values depending on multiple criterias. And again, I can count the blank or unique cells within that range. Let's start with COUNT-IF. And now what I need to do when I do COUNT-IF with the parentheses is select my range. So I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to left click on B3 and hold and drag my mouse down to B32 and let go. So now I've selected all the values within B3 to B32. I could have just done all of B if I wanted to by clicking on the header B, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to do comma. Now I got to tell it specifically what I want it to count. So I'm going to do quotation like we did with the IFs function. And I'm going to say look for anything greater than or equal to 70 and quotation, and then do parentheses. So I wanted to count all the students that are above 70 and hit enter. And it's going to give me 28, which is definitely correct because you can see with our conditional format, you know, that there's only 2 students out of 30 that do not have a 70 and above. Okay, so let's go back and let's say I wanted to count again all the students that are less than 70, and I should get 2. So that's the count function, IF function. What if I want to do the COUNT-IFS function? Now to do this, I'm going to have to change some things to demonstrate this. So I'm going to go into the column A and I'm going to right click and insert a column to the right. And let's just use this as an example. Let's do class period. So that's going to give us another criteria. And let's just do 1 and drag all the way down, so it'll copy 1 all the way down. And then let's do 2 here and drag it down to here. Let's do 3 and drag it down to here. And let's do 4 and let's drag it down to the bottom. Now I'm just trying to give you another set of criteria. What if I wanted to know the number of students in third period that have below a 70? Now we can see 1 visually, but what if we're working in a huge data set? That would be very difficult to look at and scroll through and count manually. So what I'm going to do is click right here on my formula and change it to an IFS, so COUNT-IFS. And now what I need to do, start over here, is I'm going to start with my first criteria, which is I'm going to go to my class period, highlight that range, because I want to identify that range first. And then I'm going to say, okay, anything that, comma, quotation, anything that is equal to 3, quotation, comma. Now I got to give it another range. So I'm going to go to the C column now and highlight this range. And again, you could go all the way across if you want to validate all the information and count it across that range. I'm going to stay in C, and then I'm going to do comma, quotation, anything that is less than 70, quotation, and then parentheses. Nope, it's already in there. Don't have to add another one. So if I hit enter, I'm telling COUNT-IFS function to go look into column B and find all the third period students. And then when you find all the third period students, count the number of third period students on test 1 that got below a 70. And then I'm going to hit enter, and we have 1 student. And you can see that student is right here. And if I come to the next one and hit 50, watch what happens. Notice it goes up to 2. Notice it goes up to 3, and so forth. You can see that that number is dynamically changing. So basically, COUNT-IFS is saying, hey, find this class period and look in this class period for any student that got below a 70 in this column. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I can't wait to help you out with the next formular function.